Hey guys, Chance Fine, Panama City Self Defense, and Chun Tu Moo Sool. We're going to go over some basic strikes. I've been teaching for a long time, and what I've noticed is that most people really don't know how to strike, and it's all laid out in the way your body was originally designed. We're going to talk about the jab and the cross, your first two straight punches. When you think about your hand, the hand structure, these bones right here, they move. These are stationary, and so you want to punch with these first two knuckles, your index and your middle. A lot of times people, when they punch incorrectly, they break a bone right here. It's called a boxer's fracture. It's because they're punching here. Again, these bones move for your grip. Think about using a hammer. You actually squeeze there, and you release here, and they move. So that's not a good place to punch. So when you punch, you want to line up your index and middle knuckle in with your radius bone. Your radius, you have two forearm bones, your radius and your ulna. Your radius rotates, that's why it's called that, and you want to line up right there. And that lines up right near your humerus, this bone right here, right in your shoulder socket. And you want to come straight in. And you don't want to punch off the side. There are hooks, we'll get into that later, but you want to punch straight in. All right, and you want to lock that out. The most common mistake, other than people punching with this side of their hand, is that they leave their elbow out. What happens is when somebody punches there, all that force exits right the elbow. So you only have that much space. You want to lock it right in, and then this connects to your trunk and your core, driving from your feet. So punching is actually an entire body exercise. It starts from your feet, goes up your legs, into your core, shoulder socket, right out your hand. You generate kinetic energy from the ground. We'll get into that more later. But anyway, when you throw your jab, and your jab is always your lead hand. If you're left-handed, it should be forward. If you're left-handed, your right hand should be forward. If you're right-handed, your left hand should be forward. Either way you fight, your jab is your lead hand, and it comes straight out. Now, another mistake that I see people do a lot is they rear back. They show the people, they're like, hey, guess what? I'm going to punch you. And here's the little trick. If anybody ever rears back to punch you, punch them first. They take time to go back, so you punch them first. It's real super simple. Punch them first. So when you punch, don't do that. Don't reach back like this. Just throw it straight out. You may think, man, I don't have as much power. With time and training, you will develop the power that you need. Do it right. Do it correctly. Every time. If you do it right 99 times, that 100th time that you really need it, that's when it's really going to work. So you're going to throw it straight out. So practice that. And a good way to do that is to practice that in the mirror. I have a big mirror in front of me right here. And you look at yourself and you throw it right out into your nose. Right out into your nose. And you drive your hips in. Don't drive too much where you get off balance. Just take your time and work on it. And when you work on the bag, it's the same thing. You don't rear back and throw. You're here and it just comes right out. And the most powerful puncher I've ever met, he actually started off punching the bag that hard. And he built his technique until he can start punching hard. Now, if I rear back to punch, maybe some power. And when I just pop it, it's the same power. So work it correctly. Now, when you're throwing your rear hand, your cross, it's the exact same punch. It comes straight out. First two knuckles, index, middle, with the radius into the humerus, right into the shoulder socket. Straight out. So those punches are identical. One comes from the front, one comes from the back. Jab is lead, cross is rear. It's not a cross because it comes across your body like this. It comes across your center line. So again, starting off in the bag, nice and easy. Take it slow first. Nice and easy. Punch face high. Face high. Don't punch down here because your face is completely open and you're going to get punched in the mouth. And guess what? I don't care how bad you think you are. When you get punched in the face, you're going to forget how bad you are. So don't punch here. Punch up high. That's your jab and your cross. Now we're going to go into the uppercut, the hook, and we're going to go into a couple kicks. Your uppercut. Most people are confused on this. They rear back. And again, this is just like that. I said when somebody does this, you punch them in the face first. Somebody drops their hand like this, you punch them in the side of the head. So all you do with your uppercut, you first two knuckles, turn your palm into you, and you're going to just drop your hips a little bit and come up. It's a short punch. It's not super powerful, but it's a great, well-placed punch. So you just come up right there. Boom. And it just looks just like this. You just come up right there. And of course, this bag wasn't designed for that, but it shows you that I don't come here and hit. I just dip under and up. Now, if you want to practice it on a heavy bag, this is how I do it. I just miss it. Because you can actually hurt your hand here. I just miss it. All right? So your uppercut, you just move your body a little bit. You move your hands probably about 6 inches total. That's it. Your hook, I don't recommend you throwing this punch until you've got 6 months training under your belt. Because most people, they throw their hook like this, and it's really not even a hook, it's a stupid punch. But a proper hook, first two knuckles again, palm in, I'm going to raise my elbow up and I'm going to come across. I'm not coming this way because guess what? If I come this way, what happens, class? That's right, you punch them in the face. So you just come in and you hide behind that shoulder right there. It's a short punch. Now, here's a fun thing to do after you get off this video. YouTube gay knockout. You will come across an MMA fighter called Heath Herring. They're squaring up to fight. This guy, they're doing their stare off. This guy kisses him. You can see the lips part and everything. And Heath goes, boom, and knocks him out immediately. Perfect hook. You should watch gay knockout for your example of a hook. If you're close enough to kiss him, you can throw the hook. If you're not close enough to kiss him, don't throw the hook. Throw a straight punch. So your hook is nice and tight. And again, don't throw this one until you've had proper training because you can wind up hurting yourself. We're going to go over 2 kicks and then we'll be done with this tutorial. Your knee strike. You have 2 versions of the knee strike. You have a straight up and you have a forward thrust. The straight up is good if somebody's bent over. Such as if you capture somebody in a tie clinch and you come up, that works. Or if you throw a punch to the stomach and they bend over, or maybe you throw a kick to the stomach and they bend over, then you want to come straight up, that's fine. Maybe they're shooting in to take you down and you catch them with a knee, that's fine. But normally that doesn't happen. So what I want you to do with your knee strike is thrust it forward. You're going to thrust your hip flexors forward. You're going to hit with the patella, which is the kneecap. It's a thick bone. It's designed to take impact. That's what you hit people with. So you're going to keep your hands up and you're going to thrust your kneecap forward. Thrust your hips forward, straight out. Try not to leave your leg dangling out like this and coming like this. You're going to tuck your leg, thrust it out. So when you hit with a knee strike, you want to thrust forward. You want the bag to go back. All right? You want it to go back. Or if the bag's coming at you, that's a great time to throw it. So you notice every time I throw this knee strike, the bag goes back. I am not doing this. See how the bag's jumping up? That's not good. You want to go forward. Forward. So that's your proper knee strike. You hit with the patella, tuck the leg, drive your hips forward. The last one is the front kick. Front kick you can hit with 2 areas. You can hit with the ball of your foot. If you're going to hit with the ball of your foot, you're going to pull your toes back and point your foot. That way you don't break your toes. Or you can hit with the heel, but you have to pull your entire foot back. I don't like the heel because I'm just not that flexible. But think about this kick as your jab and your cross that we covered earlier. Your front leg front kick, what a lot of people do, especially Muay Thai people, and it's not saying that's wrong, it's just not the way I do it. And what they'll do is they'll switch to kick. Well, if I'm fighting you and you switch, I'm moving back. So if you and I are fighting and you switch your legs, I step back. I'm not going to stand there for you to go, hey, by the way, I'm going to punch you, and I'm not going to let you punch me. I'm going to let you kick me. I'm going to move. So on your front leg front kick, you just pick it up, touch. Now, if you have a punching bag at home, you're going to think there's no power in that. You will develop power over time. Just work on it, just nice and gentle. And then later on, you'll be working in and you'll actually get some power into it. In your rear, or your rear leg back, front kick is much like your cross. It's the same kick, but it's coming from behind. And you thrust out. Now what a lot of people do is they'll push. And there's a thing called the teep in Muay Thai. That's the push kick. You reach up and you push it away. That's a whole other kick that we're not talking about. This front kick is just like a cross. Just like a cross penetrates, so a front kick penetrates. So now I've got a front kick, knee strike combination. Front kick, knee strike. Front kick, and my bag's moving a little crazy, that's okay. I can just straighten it up, move around, and I can work my bag. Then you can straighten out with something. So remember that, your jab, your cross, and your front kicks, they come straight out. You don't rear back, you don't switch stances, you don't come off side, it's all straight linear. Your uppercut and hooks are short movements. So is your knee. Short movements. I know that's a lot to cover in a short time. Again, nothing can substitute a good trainer. Find a good school, keep working. Good luck to you. You guys have a good day.